Hi, my name is Patrick, and this video is to tell you 7 steps to analyze CAT mocks. So this is what you can follow. Once you written the mock, you can follow these steps so that you analyze the CAT mock thoroughly. I'll come up with more videos with regards to more areas that you need to look at for analysis, but these are the basic 7 steps. So first step, ideally when you solve a mock, you will not attempted all the questions. There are few questions you attempted. There are a lot of questions you must not have attempted. The first step is solve the questions you have not attempted in the mock, right? Need not put a timer, just to identify how many questions you're able to solve and how many questions you're not able to solve, right? Up from the remaining questions. So there is always some questions which did not click in the examination or you were not able to identify based on stress level. So identify. Were you not able to identify difficult level of questions? That means you left a question because you felt it was tough, or you did not get the time, or you were not able to get the sum under stress. You knew the sum was easy, but because of stress. So write down the reason for each question that you got right after the exam, but were not able to solve. But anyway, the first step is to go to all the questions and try to solve the unattempted question that you didn't attempt in the exam and see how many of those you were able to get right without seeing the answers. So once you solve, then you can see the answer. So you note down the number of questions you are able to solve in a mock. Yeah. Step 2, go to the sums that you got wrong. One of the best way to improve your score is if you can, improve your accuracy. That means whatever wrong you can get it right. Because when you get it wrong, normally for non-beta questions, you get -1. So if you get it right, you get 3 marks extra. Only 4 marks you get. From -1, the score goes to 3, so you get 4 marks extra. And that too without learning any new concepts. To get a new question correct, you have to learn the concept, know it, and get right and get 3 marks. So easier to score more marks by correcting your mistakes. So that means the focus has to be to go through all the wrong questions. Write down in the book the cause of your mistake. So every mistake that you've done, find out why have you gone wrong. Did you read a question wrong? Or was there something that was there in the question? For example, normally when I solve a question, I make a mistake in reading the last line of the question. Or when I read a question, I miss out a no or something which is there. The moment you know your mistakes, you'll be aware about it, and that will help you to overcome the mistakes that you do. Right. So second is go through all your wrong questions. I also recommend to go to correct questions because in the exam you will be solving the correct questions. And if you be able to solve the correct questions in lesser time, you will get more time for other questions. So go through the question that you got correct and try to see if you can get better methods of it. Right. And if you can get better methods, try to use those methods in different areas and different questions as far as possible. Fourth, now selection of questions. Selection of questions is the most important part of your mock. So once you've gone to all the questions, check if the selection of question was correct or wrong. As in when you're going to the question, check if the selection of question was correct or wrong. Okay, did you spend time on tough questions? So did you waste a lot of time on tough questions? If yes, then look at whether your selection, why was selection wrong? Or did you skip some easy questions? There were easy questions, but you were not able to identify them. So check out the selection of question becomes important. For every question or whatever is there, check if was the selection correct or wrong. If by chance you realize that you're selecting a lot of tough questions and missing out easy questions, modify the way you select questions. For example, I know students who normally select questions based on topics, but then they suddenly realize that in some of the mocks, for those topics, the questions are really tough, which means the selection is strategy is wrong. Then you modify the strategy based on how they perform. Fifth, strategy that you use, the overall planning of the paper. Do you use 1 round strategy, 2 round strategy, 3 round strategy? Right. That means first round I'll go through all the questions, mark them as easy, medium, tough. Second round I'll go through maybe easy questions. Third round I'll go to medium, tough. Or you solve it as and when you go to it. What is the strategy to select a question? Do you just pick up questions based on your familiarity of topic, or do you pick up question based on after you read the question, or based on the length of the question? Decide. How much time you spend before leaving a question? You try to solve a question, not able to get the answer. How? When will you leave the question? Your approach to a question. For example, in an RC, would you read slow or would you go read fast and then come back to the passage coming to a question? Experiment with different strategies. See what works, what doesn't work for you. Note down what strategy worked for you in the mock and what did not. This is very important because closer to the exam, you need to know the strategy that worked, not worked, because you would forget closer to the exam whatever happened in the past. So if you know that okay, this was a strategy that worked and this did not work, you can avoid the mistakes in the exam and try to follow what worked for you. Sixth step, write the analysis of each step in a book. So make a book and write a 2 to 4 page analysis per mock. Okay. I mean, again, this is before the exam. You can just go to the analysis so that you know what exactly happened in the mock and you don't repeat that mistake in the examination. Okay. Okay. Also, make an Excel sheet that note down your attempts, score, percentile, etc. Make an Excel so that you can see your progress over a period of time. Are you making a progress? Not making a progress? It sometimes motivates you to go about it. I'll come up with a format of the Excel sheet if required. But yeah, make an Excel sheet as far as possible. And 7, identify areas you need to prepare before the next mock. So you already written a mock. You should write maybe one mock after a few days. So during that time, you need to prepare. So you would identify during the mock, okay, these are the areas I need to focus on. These are topics maybe I leave, I'll not study. So according to your mock analysis, modify your study plan. I mean, what will you focus? What will you study? What will you not study? I'm scoring less in DLR or I'm scoring less in games and tournaments. I need to practice that. Let me practice more sums on that. So do that. I mean, modify a study plan based on your analysis of mocks. Also write down the strategy that you plan to use for the next mock. Okay, that will help. So these are 7 steps. We'll come up with more videos like format of the Excel sheet or other things as and when we go about. Interested, you can subscribe to the channel. Thank you.